Welcome back to Davos, Switzerland. We're live inside the Congress Center at the World Economic Forum, and we're joined by Andrea Illy, the chairman of Illy Caffe. Andrea, thank you so much for joining us.
Good afternoon.
So I want to get your take on what is going on in the world of coffee these days. What's going on in the economy as it relates to coffee?
Well, coffee is growing. It is more and more and positively perceived by consumers, even in Eastern countries. So consumption is picking up, also because it's good for health and it's delicious. So the only threat are low prices, which makes coffee production economically unsustainable, and climate change. So really the sustainability is the issue to address.
We're going to dig into some of those, but you just mentioned coffee consumption in the East. I want to hear more about that and how you see that opportunity growing. What is driving that?
Lifestyle is driving coffee consumption increase in Eastern countries. This cross-fertilization, where we are becoming more or less all westernized in lifestyle. So in China, with so many cafes, many young people drinking coffee, this is a great opportunity. And espresso, Italian espresso, this is another great opportunity. So this is a trend. This is a trend which I think totally there is no more than 1.5, 1.7 billion coffee consumers in the world. So we still have another over 5 billion consumers to conquer. So there is no limit to how much coffee consumption can grow.
Your company is a long-time family-owned business, family-focused. Can you just share some of the numbers, the growth numbers you've been looking at over the past few years? Give our viewers a little sense on how fast you guys are growing.
It's true that Illy Caffe is a 100% family-owned business, totally committed to the best coffee in the world. The company was founded in 1933 in Trieste, Italia, and we are the forerunner of espresso. The espresso technology, as we know today, has been developed by my grandfather in 1935. The very first single portioned espresso system has been developed by my father, and so on, and we keep innovating. We are completely obsessed with quality to such an extent that we have only one coffee, the Illy Unique Blend, because the best can be only one.
So you haven't been tempted to get into the cold brew market? This stuff seems to be floating around the group.
We are in the cold brew, but with the same Illy Blend.
Okay.
So we are specialized in espresso, but we also, let's say, expand in the other preparation. Cold brew is delicious because it's really extracting the best aroma of coffee.
I drink
You're
enough
right.
of it, clearly.
Okay.
I had
Try Illy cold brew. It's amazing.
I've had Illy in Milano. I got to ask you, because running a family business, that just sounds like such an interesting opportunity. What have you learned from those generations that have helped you lead the company?
Well, first you have to be bright, because we compete with international companies from countries which are much more competitive than Italy, and companies which are much bigger than Illy. So we have to really have a very super sharp positioning and value proposition. This is one. Second, really the corporate philosophy. Illy is a stakeholder company. Much before Larry Fink, made a statement of having a cause. It's a stakeholder company for whom? Consumer, talents, suppliers, and the communities come before the shareholder.
Right.
And the shareholder is at the service of the company in order to really make it strive.
And climate change is so critical, or mitigating climate change, the effects to the coffee business. What are you all doing as it relates to sustainability efforts? And why is this so important?
Absolutely. After having worked over 25 years in sustainable quality, addressing adaptation to climate change, because yes, climate change impacts coffee agriculture with drought, with excessive rain, and too high temperature. Now that we have a good idea what should be done in order to address adaptation, mitigation. Yes, agriculture is responsible for a quarter of the total greenhouse emissions, and the good news is that the same initiatives that you deploy in agriculture for adaptation are the same also for mitigation. And the best possible initiative is soil carbon enrichment. Because by enriching soil with carbon, you sequestrate carbon from the air, you boost biodiversity, you create resilience against pests and diseases attacking the plantations, and you also produce better products because this microorganism is the soil health, which also throughout the plant and fruit plant cause the human health. So this is great. I'm a scientist by background. I spent 1,000 hours in the last year studying this model of virtuous agriculture, and we are now addressing the planning phase to decarbonize our Illy Caffe by 2033 in a circular model by sinking carbon in the same soil where we grow our coffee.
Andrea Illy, Chairman of Illy Caffe, thank you so much for your time.
It's my pleasure.